Hey, what's up, De'Aaron?
What up, man?
Hey, first up, what in the world happened to your hair? No, really, how are you feeling getting back to the business of basketball? I know all the social stuff going on outside is definitely crazy, but also just the way that you guys have to come back and play in a bubble, and safety is such a concern.
Um, it's different, man. It's crazy. The world that we're living in right now. But life is all about adapting. So that's what we're doing right now. And I feel good about being able to get back on the court and work out and be able to see some of the guys. So I'm enjoying the process, and I'm ready to play whenever we start. Oh, and the hair. I was gonna cut my hair after the season. And then he got to quarantine. I was like, yo, I'm done with it. So I cut it. I called my barber. He was like, he got class. I said, come after class.
Marshall.
De'Aaron, saw a couple of the comments you made on Twitter, I guess, following along like everybody else with the schedule release. People talking about what teams have a chance to do what when the bubble resumes. Do you feel disrespected, or you just maybe people don't know about you guys yet because you got off to a slower start? How are you mentally preparing to attack the remainder of the season, knowing that nationally, anyways, not a lot of people are paying the Kings attention?
For me, I'm not someone to, filter myself or hold my tongue or anything. And I don't even think, it's like cocky or anything. I think it's, disrespectful that, we don't even stand a chance. Like we shouldn't even be there. So, the slow start is what it is. But at the end of the day, I feel like we have, just as much of a chance as these other teams. So I just said that. I put that out there. It's funny. But at the end of the day, we're going out there with the same goal as, those four other teams that are right there. So it is what it is. If the media isn't covering it, that is what it is. But, we're going out there, trying to win every game, trying to make the playoffs just like everybody else. And if people don't see us, as a threat, then, we let the chips fall where they may.
You've had a chance to look at the schedule. You guys had a chance with what was left because you did face New Orleans multiple times. You're going to see them twice. How do you like your chances now, given what you know about getting into a play-in situation versus what you were looking at before the season was suspended?
I like our chances. I think every game we have on the schedule is winnable. All you have to do, I think, is be within 4 games of the 8th seed, but you have to be the 9th seed. So, at the end of the day, I think we control our own fate. If we go in there, we can control our own fate. If we go in there and we win games, then, we live with the results.
Jim Crandall.
This is weird.
It's weird all the way around. And first of all, you have no idea how big a deal in this town your haircut was. It was like the biggest.
Oh, no, I know. I for sure know. I remember because a lady asked me for a picture. I was in, I think, Safeway or wherever I was, and I saw that picture everywhere. So I know it was a big deal.
Yeah, it was huge. Hey, listen, going into this bubble thing, it's going to be so weird. Are you apprehensive at all? Or, just what are your feelings about that? It's a situation that nobody has ever dealt with in professional sports.
It's different. It's definitely going to be a weird thing and a weird process, but you try to make it work. I don't really have any idea what's gonna happen or how are things gonna work. But for me, I'm gonna sit my ass in my room. So if we were at home, I'll be doing the same thing. So for me, it's not a trip, but it's definitely gonna be weird. Staying in a hotel for a month or however long it's gonna be. So.
Sean Cunningham.
What's up, Darren? How you doing?
I'm doing well.
You missed the hair a little bit, right?
Not at all, actually.
Not at all.
Nah, Coach Cal used to get so mad because he'd be talking to me like I twist my hair. Like I probably got so many pictures of me like messing with my hair in the game. So I'm good without doing it anymore. Now I just walk around with a brush everywhere.
Just two real quick for me. Excuse me. You talk about the disrespect you saw from the national media. In some regards, have you kind of been used to that since you've been in Sacramento? Because there's not really expectations from you guys to be a playoff team or a winning team from a national standpoint. Do you kind of get used to some of that disrespect on that level?
Yeah, but I mean, for us, it's like, if we can get into the playoffs, if we can do these things, then we're just proving everybody wrong. So when people were doubting us or anything like that, it doesn't hurt. For me, it's like, I'm gonna show you where you're wrong. But at the end of the day, it's what we do on the court. And like I said, we're tied with these teams, and we've beaten Memphis three out of four times, and no one talks about that. So it is what it is. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna throw the bug in your ear. But if we don't get into the playoffs, then it's like none of that matters. So at the end of the day, we still have to produce on the court.
And then just real quick on the bubble scenario and just the real world stuff going along with this pandemic. Can you, for your mind, do you know when it became a real issue for you? I mean, obviously the season halts and everything, but for some people it took knowing somebody that tests positive. For some people it took, seeing someone pass away. I mean, do you know when it became like for you where it really hit you and you're like, yeah, this is a real world scenario?
For me, it was around the time. It was, when the season got canceled. I haven't known anybody that's had it besides, some of the players now. And then, we were still playing when they were talking about canceling the season, but at the time I'm like, they're not going to do that. It'll blow over at some point. But I think, probably when we played Portland the night before, and then, people really got to talking about it. That's when, it became really real for me.
Mark Dixie.
Hey, Darren, talk about what, as you guys come back together right now, what is your biggest challenge as a team, to be ready, to be, in game shape and to be playing the best basketball you can right now?
It's just for everybody to continue to work. Once we all come back together, try to gel together as quickly as possible. If we can get to where we left off, when the season was canceled, that'll be ideal and perfect for us. By the end of the day, you don't know how everybody's going to come back just yet, as far as our team or with other teams. So it's kind of like a little NCAA type tournament. A team that gets, at least, for getting in, a team that gets hot at the right time, and just being able to make it into the playoffs is what everybody wants right now. So these 8 games are, it's definitely going to be different, no fans, every second counts while you're there. But for us, it's, get together, as soon as possible, and, just try to work that chemistry back into effect. And like I said, get to where we were before the season left off.
Jason Jones.
Hey, what's up, Darren?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right. Shoot. You guys were playing so well going into when play got stopped. Is it possible to get that back after this much time off, or is it kind of a fresh start for everybody? You really don't know what to expect once things get rolling again.
You definitely don't know what to expect, but just the way that we started the season poorly, we can get this startup doing well. So it's just about being ready. It's obvious it's unpredictable for all 22 teams that are going, but you want to start off as strong as possible.
It's kind of a follow-up for some of you, yourself, Marvin, Buddy. You guys haven't really been in a playoff chase like this type of situation. Just what's it like knowing that going down to Orlando, this is essentially every game's a playoff game for you now?
It's exciting. This is the experience that everybody wants and everybody needs, when playing this game. So I think we're all going out there, anxious to play. And we all want to be in the playoffs, no matter the circumstance. Obviously, this is a weird year, but it is what it is. We have to adapt to it, but we're all trying to get in the playoffs, the same as everybody else.
Jason Anderson, go ahead.
Darren, good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, thank you. You and I had some conversations I don't know, over a period of a couple months, really late and before the shutdown, about your future in Sacramento, your faith in the organization and the direction that the franchise is going. Has anything happened to change those feelings in the past few months, or do you still see yourself leading this team into the future?
No, it's all the same. It's all the same. I don't think there's much to say about that. I see myself being here. I want to be here. Obviously, we want to win. And, right now, I think last year, we put ourselves in a pretty good position. This year, we're sort of in the same position to still make the playoffs. So that's what we all want. And then, continue to take the next step forward.
And, back to the hair. Does this style have a name? Did the previous hairstyle have a name?
No, I didn't really have a name. I mean, I'm just like getting waves now. So that is what it is. I'm gonna keep it short. People have asked me, am I gonna grow my hair back out? And I'm not. That was years of doing that. And I'm not doing that again.
James Ham?
Yeah, hey, De'Aaron. We've talked about pace, especially last season. You guys were so fast, and this season we've seen you really slow down and be more methodical. As a team, with such a short window here, is there a way you guys can get back to that pace that you played at, or is there some concerns about injuries and stuff because such a short window to start back up?
No, I mean, from what we've talked about as a team, we want to get the pace up. We want to play fast, but at the end of the day, we still have to execute while we're down there. And that's pretty much it. I think everybody's on the same page as far as, trying to get the pace up a little bit more. And, at the end of the day, when you're playing a fast pace, you get a bit easier buckets, but, we don't want that to come at the expense of, not executing or getting back on defense. But yeah, we all do want the pace to be up.
De'Aaron, one other question is, have you seen a lot of your teammates, and is there anyone that's impressed you with how much the work they've put in during this stoppage?
I see a couple guys every day. I think everybody's been working, if, everybody went their different ways, a little bit, right after the season was canceled, but everybody pretty much has been working. I wouldn't say, anybody's like stand out as far as that. Besides, everybody knows like Harrison's a pro. So I think everybody's been anxious to get back. As far as I know, I don't know anybody that's sitting out for us, but everybody's pretty much been working this whole time.
All right, we're gonna do two more. Matt George.
De'Aaron, it's good to talk to you. I enjoyed the streams during the break.
I appreciate it.
So you mentioned the kind of the sprint that this is going to be 8 games for your playoff lives. Does it give you and maybe the team any kind of bolstered confidence with the start that you guys were able to get off to in the 2018-2019 season, kind of catching everybody by surprise? Are you looking to do that again and almost build upon that?
Not necessarily. I don't think we haven't really talked about it that way, but right now we're like, they're giving us a chance. They're giving us a chance to get in this, and we're trying to take every advantage we can. Opportunity, and that's why everybody who's come in is working so hard, because we all know what's happened the past few years, and everybody wants to be in the playoffs. A lot of guys for the first time, so everybody's excited for this opportunity that we've been given.
Okay, last one, Sean Cunningham.
Yeah, just real quick, De'Aaron. In terms of obviously, you guys will have the opportunity to put messages on the back of your jersey for all the social justice stuff going on. Have you given that much thought? Is that something you plan on doing?
I actually haven't given it much thought. I think I got the text message like 2 or 3 days ago, but I haven't really thought about it too much, and we haven't really talked about it. So I'm pretty sure some guys might, but for myself, I haven't given it a lot of thought just yet.
And then just with the, it seems like the biggest concerns for you, the pandemic stuff is kind of put to the side. You feel like you have ultimate faith in what the system will be once you get to Orlando. And if that is true, what is your biggest concern in terms of basketball and kind of picking up the success?
Well, if I'm not worried about, the bubble, It's just being ready. It's been a lot of days between, the last game and the startup of this. So obviously people have concerns, but I mean, you have to prepare yourself as much as you can. And just being ready to play. And obviously injuries can happen, but it's a part of the game. So just trying to prepare our body for, this high intensity basketball. You go from, I think it's been like 300 and something days to, playoff intensity basketball. So it's just all about being ready and taking care of yourself right now.